guys, welcome to the Supra Registry. Brief on what we accomplish here as we try and restore and bring back Supras to OEM condition and or fully built, depending on how we can save the vehicle. We have two anthracites right here, two white Supras right here. And basically, we try to verify every single Supra ever made on the website, which I'll show you guys in a few minutes. And the rest of what we do is pretty much restoration back to OEM quality. The whole purpose at the end of the day is to see how many are left and how many are still in existence.
Time for that study break. You know what it is.
All right, so the question everybody is wondering is, what exactly is the purpose of the Supra Registry? Well, I'm going to answer that question right now. It is basically to keep the data and information alive for our community of Toyota Supras. So it houses every single Supra ever made, and you are able to look at all the different profiles of every single Supra. So think of it as a Facebook for Supras that kind of had a love affair with Ancestry.com. So it keeps the data, keeps the information, it stores the pictures and the, just the history of every single car. And obviously some cars might have more of a history than others. So for instance, this one right here was a track car, and it had a little bit of one of the first Supras ever built. The first frame number is 0001001, so this is the 45th Supra ever made. This was a Rise Millens car, so it has a lot of history to it, but over time these posts get lost on Facebook or Supra forums or any other website out there. They just disappear and they get forgotten about. So years go by and people forget about these types of cars. So I'm trying to basically create a website that doesn't forget the history behind each vehicle. So that is the purpose of the Supra Registry. It's to see, how many are still around, how many are still roaming the streets, how many have been crashed, stolen, wrecked. That's information that prevents fraud. It is information that helps a buyer when he or she is looking at purchasing a vehicle. It's very useful information that can only benefit the community. So that's the sole purpose of the Supra Registry. And you can look at Japan spec cars. You have this one right here. This was the first imported U.S. federally legal 25-year law vehicle. So you can see a little bit of its history here. And then I posted a link in the comments to know a little bit more about the vehicle. So it just kind of preserves the history. And of course, we're still in the early stages of becoming a database. So everything is just now starting to kick off. The actual database is filled, so all 45,230 Mark IVs are on here. We have a beta for Mark III. You are able to scroll through and just look at it, what's going on here. You can't click on profiles yet. I have to set that up still. But that's to come. It'll be the same deal. You'll have Mark I, Mark II, Mark III Supras on here as well. So it'll preserve the history of all the generations, and then possibly the new Supra, depending on what comes out with that in early 2019 at the Detroit Motor Show. We will hopefully see that be released. It will have more information, besides service manuals and stuff. We'll have a whole wiki dedicated to information. So the whole database will be super useful, valuable information. It also helps if you ever go to sell your vehicle. You can just send someone a link and they can see all the pictures. They can see that it's verified, and not anyone can just verify their car. I actually have to go through and approve every single verification, and it has to meet my standards of having the frame stamp and everything basically going off of it in order to verify the car. So without that, there's a little bit more information that verifies that car that other sites, other people, other places don't have. Same thing with photos. I approve every single photo to avoid spam and to avoid fraud and those types of things. So I encourage everyone to spend a couple minutes on the site, navigate around, go to your car, the last 7 digits of the VIN, whether it's JZA80 for Japan spec and then the last seven, or if it's a US car and you have your 13-digit VIN, the last seven of that. Whatever the number might be, it should be the last seven. Again, there is Verify Your Car will explain it all in great detail as to how it works. And we can only grow from here. So welcome to the Supra Registry, and I look forward to seeing your verified cars and looking at your builds, and even looking at the cars that got chopped up, hacked up, stolen, whatever. I like that data too, because at the end of the day we can write those off, and it prevents VIN swapping and fraud for the future. So thank you, and look forward to seeing more verifications.